Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet Srinvatam svakata Krishna punyashravana kirtana rityandastoya bhadrani vidunoti suhritsatam Nastaprayesva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktirbhavati naistiki. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Sri Krishna, the person of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the person of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Ponjar Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances over
Hare
to
Krishna,
Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhu Tana Pram Jai Śrīla Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribo.
These shopping Krishna store.
Again, Krishna store.
Weddings. Okay. Krishna beads. Everything is there.
Jai. Be beautiful.
Two beads. Okay. We had enough now. Sorry. I mean, there are many stores like this. I think in this.
Yes, Prabhu, nice video
Please,
to send.
campus. Yes, so we had a dip in this Ganga Ghat where Prabhupada used to take a dip in the water. It's also very nice. So,
Yes,
you feel
Prabhu. Now,
fresh after that.
yes, Prabhu.
Even
Do
though
you feel-
it's like
Oh.
cold here, right? And these going on, still you will feel fresh.
Oh, this is Tapasya Haribo.
And actually, today, since Shama Govind Prabhu is with us now. So he and Karthik Prabhu did Kirtan. So what happened was, I think they're in the live stream also. Yeah, yes. They're on YouTube. Now, and they got, I mean, they're in the camera, like live TV. They came in the live TV. Because
Oh,
they are
really?
doing so ecstatic Kirtan. So I think they caught it in the live TV also.
Is there a
So,
clip?
yeah, the Mayapur YouTube channel is there, na? So today's Dora Arti you will find.
Yes, Prabhu. We need to
You
save
will
the
find in him. So
Hare Krishna, Shubham Prabhu, Tandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Pranjal Prabhu, Dhanotram. Hare Krishna, Swami Prabhu, Hare Krishna, God Shakti, both Dhanotram to all of you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Tandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you for joining, Prabhu.
you want to see it? Can you see it?
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
So actually, it's
Chaitanya
not
Mahaprabhu
allowed
ki
for
jai.
keeping. So it's not allowed though.
Oh, really?
And they
Haribo.
have this Mahaprasadam also outside.
Oh, very sweet.
You can get pizza also there. They would
Yes,
all
Prabhu,
sorts of
send
stuff.
us. Oh, Prabhu, I want all of them. Oh, is this Kartik Prabhu?
You want to talk to devotees?
Of course, Kartik Prabhu is there where the sweets are.
So, what is it? What is it doing? The class, huh? No, class is over, I think.
No, Prabhu.
No, not over. Started. Oh, yeah, it started at 7:43. Okay, I
Hare
think
Krishna,
I
Jai
disturbed
Prabhu.
you.
Tandar
Yes,
Yes, so
Pranam,
you
Jai
can.
Shri Prabhupada.
Yes, so very slow. I think you can do the class.
Yes, Prabhu,
See,
we are
everybody.
reading.
Yes, so. See, Pratik Prabhu is having a cake. You're not sharing.
Oh,
Yes,
show the cake. Oh, oh,
Yes,
Krishna.
so
Look
there's
at
a
the
huge
cake.
cake now.
Yes, Prabhu.
The
I
pastry.
feel jealous for this cake, Prabhu. This is,
So it's so huge, a spoon is stuck, man.
Prabhu, I will never get the cake in my life.
Yes, yes.
I'm cursed to never get a cake, and here you are having huge piece of cake.
He's having pasta. It's all right, huh? Okay, I'm also gonna get some things and I'm not I can.
Yes, Prabhu. Are you gonna get huge cake?
Yeah, maybe I just had that.
Of course, cake Prabhu is gonna get the cake.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so much for the darshan, Prabhu Haribol.
There's also Garuda. I cannot see. It's outside. It's a DT. I think it's made by Thailand people.
Oh,
I'll
Garuda.
show you. See? Do you see that?
Oh, yes, Prabhu. It's
Yes,
gold.
Prabhu.
Golden
It's
Garuda.
not loud though. Like taking a camera outside. I think it's okay. I'll
Yes,
just
Prabhu.
skip the crowd.
Let's get the cake.
Yes, sir.
Please send me a cake also.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. He'll send you pics later.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, Krishna, how are we gonna get the cake?
You need to make it.
Yes, Prabhu, but it was so big. And Karti Prabhu had a pasta.
Kachi Prabhu love pasta. Even though he is not in his hostel, he still eat pasta.
Yes, Prabhu. And then there was all the sweets. I saw like 10 different sweets.
Yes, bro, there is a lot of shops of sweet, Prabhu. 2, 3, 4, I think 5 shops.
Yes, Prabhu, I want also sweets. I can only take apple.
But someone was saying that they don't offer that, Prabhu, in a video.
Oh, did they say?
No, Prabhu, there was a Maharaj of ISKCON, I think, someone was saying in a video, there was in our group, Deep Prabhu have said, Deep.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, usually milk products or sweets we can buy and offer. Now we start a new chapter. Part 3, chapter 17 to 24.
Dheeraj Prabhu has not joined.
Hare Krishna, Rishikesh, Prabhu, Tanda, Pram, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Rishikesh Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All
Hare
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna is Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, dear Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
So the first chapter will be chapter 17. Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe. Ribol. Text number 1. Maitra Uvacha. Nisham Yatma Bhuva Gitam. Karanam Shankayojita. tata sarve nyavartanta tridivaya divaukasha. Maitreya, the sage Maitreya Vacha said Nishamya upon hearing Atma Bhuva by Brahma Gitam explanation Karanam, the cause, Shankaya, from fear, Ujjita, freed, Tata, then, Sarve, all, Nyavartanta, returned, Tridivaya, to the heavenly planets, Divyakasha, the demigods, who inhabited the higher planets. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Maitreya said, the demigods, the inhabitants of the higher planets, were freed from all fear upon hearing the cause of the darkness explained by Brahma, who was born from Vishnu. Thus they all returned to their respective planets. Purport. The demigods, who are denizens of higher planets, are also very much afraid of incidents such as the universe is becoming dark, and so they consulted Brahma. This indicates that the quality of fear exists for every living entity in the material world. The four principal activities of material existence are eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. The fear element exists also in the demigods. On every planet, even in the higher planetary systems, including the moon and the sun, as well as on this earth, the same principles of animal life exist. Otherwise, why are the demigods also afraid of the darkness? The difference between the demigods and ordinary human being is that the demigods approach authority, whereas the inhabitants of this earth defy authority. If people would only approach the authority whenever every adverse condition in this universe if people would only approach the authority, then every adverse condition in this universe could be rectified. Arjuna was also disturbed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but he approached the authority Krishna and his problem was solved. The conclusive instruction of this incident is that we may be disturbed by some material condition, but if we approach the authority who can actually explain the matter, then our problem is solved. The demigods approached Brahma for the meaning of the disturbance, and after hearing from him, they were satisfied and returned home peacefully. Text number 2. दितिस्तु भ्रतुरादेशात् अपत्या परिशङ्किनी पूर्णे वर्षते साध्वी पुत्रौ प्राशुषुवे यमौ. Diti, two, but two of her husband, Adeshat, by the order, Apatya, from her children, Parishankini, being apprehensive of trouble, Purne, full, Varshasate, after 100 years, Sadvi, the virtuous lady, Putrau, two sons, Prasushuve, begot Yamaut, twins. Translation. The virtuous lady, Diti, had been very apprehensive of trouble to the gods from the children in her womb, and her husband predicted the same. She brought forth twin sons after a full 100 years of pregnancy. Text number 3. Utpata bhavastatra nipeturjayamanayo divi bhuvyantarikṣe cha lokashyor bhayavaha. Bhayavaha. Utpata, natural disturbance. Bhavaha, many. Tatra, there. Nipetu, occurred. Jayamanayo, on their birth. Divi, in the heavenly planets. Bhuvi, on the earth. Antarikshe, in outer space. Cha, and. Lokasya, to the world. Uru, greatly. Bhaya avaha, causing fear. Translation. On the birth of the two demons, there were many natural disturbances, all very fearful and wonderful. in the heavenly planets, the earthly planets, and in between them. Text number 4. Sahachala bhuvascelurdisha sarvah praja valu shulka shashnaya petu ketavascharti hetava. Saha, along with Achala, the mountains, Bhuva of the earth, Shelu, Shuk, Disha, direction, Sarva, all, Prajajvalu, blazed like fire, Sa, with, Ulka, meteors, Sha, and Ashanaya, thunderbolts, Petu, fell, Ketava, comets, Sha, and Artihetava, the cause of all inauspiciousness. Translation. There were earthquakes along the mountains on the earth, and it appeared that there was a fire everywhere. Many inauspicious planets like Saturn appeared, along with comets, meteors, and thunderbolts. Purport. When natural disturbances occur on a planet, one should understand that a demon must have taken birth there. In the present age, the number of demoniac people is increasing, therefore natural disturbances are also increasing. There is no doubt about this, as we can understand from the statements of the Bhagavatam. So when there's huge earthquake, some great demon is, or some, what is the
Cyclone.
volcano that, Reunion Island, the sky becomes red with the volcano.
I think cyclone also.
Yes, Prabhu.
Those type of catastrophe, you know. This is really
Yes, Prabhu. And they say many
it will
inauspicious
cause.
planets like Saturn appear. So the Saturn is
Yeah,
really inauspicious planet, and they do Saturn worship here in the name of religion
yeah,
in the West. Like tomorrow is Christmas. Yesterday was the day of Saturn, and now
yeah,
they have the Christmas, and they are gonna celebrate this by eating the pigs and all this.
yeah. Or the Turkey.
Yes, Prabhu. That's crazy. Okay, next verse, text number 5. Pavavayushu dushparsha Putkara nirayanmuhu unmulayan nagapatin vadyaniko rajodvaja. Vavau, blue, Vayu, the winds, Shudushparsha, unpleasant to touch, Putkaran, hissing sounds, Irayan, giving out, Muhu, again and again, Unmulayan, uprooting, Nagapatin, gigantic trees, Vatya, cyclonic air, Anika, armies, Rajas, dust, Tvaja, ensigns. Translation. There blew winds which were most uninviting to the touch, hissing again and again and uprooting gigantic trees. They had storms for their armies and clouds of dust for their ensigns. Purport. When there are natural disturbances like blowing cyclones, too much heat, or snowfall, and uprooting of trees by hurricanes, it is to be understood that the demoniac population is increasing, and so that the natural disturbance is also taking place. There are many countries on the globe, even at the present moment, where all these disturbances are current. This is true all over the world. There is no sufficient sunshine. There is no sunshine at all, Prabhu. And there are always
yeah.
clouds in the sky, snowfall, and severe
Pakaralika.
cold. Oh, yeah, this describes this place. It must be because all the demons are taking birth. He is assured that such places are inhabited by demoniac people who are accustomed to all kinds of forbidden sinful activity. Oh, this is the description of Finland, Prabhu, this purport.
Yes. Yeah. And also we have the description of Reunion Island. We have a lot of cyclone here.
Yes, Prabhu. But
So
this
I need
was
to go.
like,
Thank you very much for your precious association, dear Prabhus.
thank you so much
It's
for
time for
joining.
me to host the
Thank you for
session.
the invitation.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you
Jai
so
Shri
much.
Prabhupada.
Okay, who wants to read the next verse?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Yes,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhu. Udasa tadet ambhoda घातया नाशत्ता भागने व्योमिनी प्रविष्टा तमसा नास्मा व्यादृश्यते पदम्. Udasal laughing loudly. Tadat lightning. Ambodha of clouds. Ghataya by masses. Nasta lost. Bhagane the luminaries. Yomini in the sky. Pravishtha enveloped. Tamasa by darkness. Na not. Sma Yadashyate could be seen. Padam any place. Translation. The luminaries in the heavens were screened by masses of clouds in which lightning sometimes flashed as though laughing. Darkness reigned everywhere and nothing could be seen. Text 7. Chukrosha Vimana Vardirum Mihir Shumito Daraha Toda Pananascha Saritas Shubhahu Shukka Shushka Pankajaha Churokosha wailed aloud. Vimanaha stricken with sorrow. Vardihi the ocean. Udurmihi high waves. Shubhita agitated. Udaraha the creatures inside. Sa Udanapanaha with the drinking water of the lakes and wells. Cha and Saritaha the rivers. Shukshubuhu were agitated. Shuksha withered. Pankajaha lotus flowers. Translation. The ocean with its high waves wailed aloud as if stricken with sorrow, and there was commotion among the creatures inhabiting the ocean. The rivers and lakes were also agitated, and the lotuses withered. Text 8. Prabhu, let the Sanskrit version be that. I find that more comfortable. Suhu paridhayom bhuvan saravyoho shashi suryaho nirdhata rata nirhada vivare vivarebhyah prajagire muhu again and again. Paridayah misty halos. Abhuvan appeared. Saravyoho during eclipses. Shashi of the moon. Suryaha of the sun. Niragataha claps of thunder. Rata nirharadaha sounds like those of rattling chariots. Vivarebhyaha from the mountain caves. Prajagnire were produced. Translation. Misty halos appeared around the sun and the moon during the solar and lunar eclipses again and again. Claps of thunder were heard even without clouds, and sounds like that of rattling chariots emerged from the mountain caves. Text 9. Anta, the Sanskrit version, Prabhu. Okay, thank you. Antar Grameshu Mukhato Vamtayo Him Ulabanam Srigaloko Tankarahi Pranader Ashivamem Shivaha. Antar in the interior, Grameshu in the villages, Mukataha from their mouths, Vamatya vomiting, Vahmin fire, Ulabana fearful, Shrigala jackals, Uluka owls, Tankarehi with their cries, Praneduhu created their respective vibration, Ashimam portentously Shivaha, the she jackals. Translation: In the interior of the villages, she jackals yelled portentously, vomiting strong fire from their mouths, and jackals and owls also joined with them with their cries. Text 10. Sang Sangitvad. No problem. This is very blunt. I can't read the Sanskrit version so properly. I'll stick to English. Thank you. Sangitvad Rodavanavad Unnamaya Shirodharam Yamuncham Vibidhavacho Gramas Simhas Tatastaha. Sangitvat, like singing, Rodanaval, like wailing, Unnamaya, raising up, Shiradharam, the neck, Yamunchan, uttered, Viddaha, various, Vachaha, cries, Gramasimhaha, the dogs, Tataha, here and there. Raising their necks, dogs cried here and there, now in the manner of singing and now of wailing. Text 11. Kharascha, oh, this is nice. Kharascha karkashaihi shataha kurair ghanto dhara kharkharara vasamataha paryadhavan varutsaha. Karaha, asses, cha, and karkashaihi, hard, shatataha, O Vidura, kuraihi, with their hoofs, gnatanaha, striking, tarahatalam, the surface of the earth, karkara, praying, rabhaishaha, wildly enraged in, mataha, mad, paryadhavan, ran hither and thither, Varutshaha in herds. O Vidura, the asses ran hither and thither in herds, striking the earth with their hard hoofs and wildly braying. Purport: asses also feel very respectable as a race, and when they run in flocks hither and thither in so-called jollity, it is understood to be a bad sign for human society. Prabhu, can someone take over right now?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you.
Once
I'll
next.
come back shortly. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, Hare Krishna, Dheeraj Prabhu, Tanarpanam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Sai
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna,
till
dear
when are you
devotees.
planning to read?
I think 35 minutes.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, devotees, Dandu Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. I can continue reading few verses
Yes,
next.
Prabhu.
Canto 3, chapter 17, text 12. Okay.
Hare Krishna Dhiya to Dandavat Pranam. Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Shubham Prabhu, Dandu Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. You want to read, Prabhu?
No.
Okay, I will continue then. Text 12. Rudanto Rashabhatrasta Didad Nidad Upapatam Khaga Ghosheranye cha Pashava Sakrin Mutram Akurvata. Synonyms: Rudanta, shrinking; Rashabha, by the asses; Trashta, frightened; Nidat, from the neck, from the nest; flew up; Khaga, birds; Ghoshe, in the cowshed; Aranye, in the woods; Cha, and Pashava, the cattle; Sakrit, dung; Mutram, urine; Akurvata, past. Translation: frightened by the braying of the asses, birds flew shrieking from their nests, while cattle in the cowsheds as well fast dung and urine. Text 13. Actually, if someone else can read 2-3 verses, actually some delivery is there. I need to go for 5 minutes maybe. If Shubham
Prabhu.
Prabhu, you wants to read or anyone else? I'll come back in 5 minutes. Extremely sorry. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. No problem. Shubham Prabhu, do you want to read? Okay, text number 13. Oh, Rushikesh Prabhu is there also. Can you read, Prabhu?
Yes.
Haribol. Thank you, Prabhu.
Gavot Ritsan Sarkatohas Uya Parishna Ya Pradhan Devalingani Truna Petu Truna Nilam synonyms Gava cows Tarasan Frightened Asrich blood Doha yielding to the clouds Poya Purpose Varshina raining Vyavudan Tears Devalingani the images of the gods through my respect to without anism apostrophe translation. Cast terrified yielded blood in face of milk clouds, rained pus the images of the gods in the temple tears and trees fell down without a blast of wind. Text 14. Grahan punyatmana punyatman ane bhaganamstapi dipita achi अतिचेरुपकृत्य युयुधश्च परस्परं ग्रहान् planets punyatman most auspicious and others the omniscious planets Bhagavan Romanisha and also Deepita Tire Cheru or the taking retrograde courses either came into conflict and Paraparam with one another. Translation: Ominous planets such as Mars and Saturn shown brighter and surpassed our species, such as Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, as well as a number of nations. Taking similarly retrograde courses, the planets came in conflict with one another. Therefore, the entire universe is moving under the three modes of material nature. Those living entities who are in goodness are called the pious species, the pious lands, pious trees, etc. It is similar with the planets also. Many planets are considered pious, and others are considered impious. Saturn and Mars are considered impious. When the pious planets shine very brightly, it is auspicious and auspicious. But when any auspicious planets shine very brightly, this is not very good sign. Text 15. दृष्टवन्यंश्च महोत्पतन् तत्त्वविधा प्रजा ब्रह्मपुत्रान् ऋते मेनिरे विश्वसम्प्लवम् दृष्ट्वा having seen Anyan, others and Mahan great Utpatan, evil omens, Tattvavidha, not knowing the secret of the portents, Praja, people, Brahmaputra, the sons of Brahma, the four Kumaras, Rite, except Pita, being fearful, Menire, though thought, Vishwasamplavan, the dissolution of the universe. What is the meaning of portents?
Which word? Oh,
Portents.
it's like a sign, omen, warning that something happened.
Okay. Translation: making these and many other omens of evil times everyone but the four sages, sons of Brahma, who were aware of the fall of Jay and Vijay and their births as these sons were seized with fear. They did not know the secrets of these portents and thought that the dissolution of the universe was at hand. Purport. According to Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter, the laws of nature are so stringent that it is impossible for the living entity to surpass the enforcement. It is also explained that those who are fully surrendered to Krishna and Krishna consciousness can be saved. We can learn from the description of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that it is because of the birth of two great demons that there were so many natural disturbances. It is also it is to be indirectly understood, as previously described, that when there are constant disturbances on the earth, that is a normal. That some demonic people have been born, or that the demonic population has increased. In the former days, there were only two demons, those born of Diti. Yet there were so many disturbances at the present day, especially in the age of Kali. These disturbances are always visible, which indicates that the demonic population has certainly increased. To check the increase of demonic population, the Vedic civilization enacted so many rules and regulations of social life, the most important of which is the Garbhadhana process for begetting good children. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna informed Krishna that if there is unwanted population, Varna Sankara, the entire world will appear to be hell. People are very anxious for peace in the world, but there are so many unwanted children born without the benefit of the Garbhadan ceremony, just like the demons born from Diti. Diti was so lusty that she forced her husband to copulate at a time which was inauspicious, and therefore demons were born to create disturbances in our sex life to beget children. One should observe the process for begetting nice children. If each and every householder in every family observes the Vedic system, then there are nice children, not demons, and automatically there is peace in the world. If we do not follow the regulations of life for social tranquility, we cannot expect peace. Rather, we will have to undergo the stringent reaction of natural laws. Text 16. Tav adi दैत्यो यौ स विद्यामनात्म पौरुषौ ववृताते समसरेण कायेन कायनाद्रिपति इव. Those two Adi demons in the beginning of the creation, Sahasa, quickly Vijamana, being manifest Atma, own Paurushav, Vavritate, grew Asmasharena, steel like Kayena with bodily frames, Adripati, with two great mountains, Iva like translation. These two demons who appeared in ancient times soon began to exhibit uncommon bodily features. They had steel-like frames which began to grow just like the two great mountains. Purport. There are two classes of men in the world. One is called the demon and other is called the demigod. The demigod concern themselves with the spiritual upliftment of human society, whereas the demons are concerned with physical and material upliftment. The two demons born of the deep began to make their bodies as strong as iron frames, and they were so tall that they seemed to touch outer space. They were decorated with valuable ornaments, and they thought that this was success in life. Originally, it was planned that Jai and Vijay, the two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, were to take birth in this material world, where, by the curse of the sages, they were to play the part of always being angry with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As demonic persons, they became so angry that they were not concerned with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but simply with physical comforts and physical upliftment.
It's really nice purport. Yeah, this is for those who are addicted to the gym. So this purport is really nice.
Yes. Text 17. Divis Prashau Hema Kirita Ku Tibir Nirutta Kashtau Purad Angatapau Jau Gam Kampayantau Charanai Pade Pade Katya Sukan Sharkam Atitya Tastatu Divi Sparsha. So touching the sky, Hema, Gold, and Kirti of the helmets, Kodibi with the crest, Niruddha, Lokashta, the directions, Prahat, brilliant Angada, bracelets, Puja, on those arms, Gam, the Kampayantau, shaking Charani with their feet, Pade Pade at every step, Katya, with their waist, Sukanchya, with beautiful decorated belts, Arkam, the sun, Aditya, surpassing, thus the two they stood. Translation. Their bodies became so tall that they seemed to kiss the sky with the crest of their golden crowns. They blocked the view of all directions, and while walking shook the earth at every step. Their arms were adorned with brilliant bracelets, and they stood as if covering the sun with their wrists, which were bound with excellent and beautiful girdles. Purport. In the demonic way of civilization, people are interested in getting a body constructed in such a way that when they walk on the street, the earth will tremble, and when they stand, it will appear that they cover the sun and the vision of the four directions. If a race appears strong in body, their country is materially considered to be among the highly advanced nations of the world. It talks about the politicians and very materialistic person.
Yes, Prabhu.
प्रजापतिर्नाम तयोरकर्षित् यः प्रस्वदेहात् यमयोरजयता तं वै हिरण्याक्षिपं विदुः प्रजा यं तं हिरण्याक्षम् अश्रुता सकृता. Since Prajapati Kashyapa Nama names Tayo of the two, Akarshit gave Yah who Prak first Swadehat from this body, Yamoya of the twins Ajayata was delivered them him by indeed Hiranyakshipu Vido no Praja people Yam whom tam him Hiranyaksha Asuta gave birth to the Shri Titi Agrita. First translation. Kashyapa Prajapati, the creator of the living entities, gave his twin sons their names. The one who was born first, he was named Hiranyaksha, and the one who was first conceived by Titi, he named Hiranyakashipu. Purport. There is an authoritative Vedic literature called Pinda Siddhi, in which the scientific understanding of pregnancy is very nicely described. It is stated that when the male secretion enters the successive drops, the mother draws up two embryos in her womb, and she brings forth twins in a reverse order to that in which they were first conceived. The child conceived first is born later, and the one conceived later is brought forth first. The first child conceived in the womb leaves behind the second child. So when the birth takes place, the second child appears first, and the first child appears second. In this case, it is understood that Hiranyaksha, the second in this case, it is understood that Hiranyaksha, the second child conceived, was delivered first, whereas the Hiranyakashipu, the child who was behind him, having been conceived first, was born second. Text. What is text number? Text 19. Chakre Hiranyakshitur Dorbhyam Brahma Varena cha Vaseshapalai Lokam Strin Akuto Mrityur Udata Chakre made Hiranyakashipu.
Dorbyam by his two arms, Brahmavarena by the benediction of Brahma, Shiva and Vase under his control, Sapalin, along with their protectors, Lokan, the world's three, Akuta and Mrityu, fearing death from no one, Uddhata, puffed up. Translation: The elder child Hiranyakashipu was not afraid of death from anyone within the three worlds, because he had received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to this benediction, and was able to bring all three planetary systems under his control. Purport. As will be revealed in later chapters, Hiranyakashipu underwent severe austerities and penance to satisfy Brahma, and thus receive a benediction of immortality. Actually, it is impossible even for Lord Brahma to give anyone the benediction of becoming immortal. But indirectly, Hiranyakashipu received the benediction that no one within this material world would be able to kill him. In other words, because he originally came from the abode of Vaikuntha, he was not to be killed by anyone within this material world. The Lord desired to appear himself to kill him. One may be very proud of his material advancement in knowledge, but he cannot be immune to the four principles of material existence, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. It was the Lord's plan to teach people that even Hiranyakashipu, who was so powerful and strongly built, could not live more than his destined duration of life. One may become as strong and puffed up as Hiranyakashipu and bring under his control all the three worlds, but there is no possibility of continuing life eternally or keeping the conquered booty forever. So many emperors have ascended to power, and they are now lost in oblivion. That is the history of the world. Text 20. हिरण्याक्षो न चोस्तस्य प्रिय प्रीतिकृत् अन्वहं गदापनेर्दिवं यतो युत्समृगयन्त्रं हिरण्याक्ष अनुजा younger brother Tasya his priya beloved Pritikrit ready to please Anuvaham every day Gada Pani with a club in hand Divam to the highest planets he thought traveled here it's desirous to fight Mrigayan seeking Ranam combat. Translation: His younger brother Hiranyaksha, was always ready to satisfy his elder brother. By his activities, he took a club on his shoulder and traveled all over the universe with a fighting spirit just to satisfy him. Purport: The demoniac spirit is to train all family members to exploit the resources of this universe for personal sense gratification, whereas the godly spirit is to engage everything in the service of the Lord. Hiranyakashipu was himself to engage everything in the service of the Lord. Hiranyakashipu was himself very powerful, and he made his younger brother Hiranyaksha powerful to assist him in fighting with everyone and lording it over the material nature as long as possible. If possible, he wanted to rule the universe eternally. These are the demonstrations of the spirit of the demoniac living entity. So, Prabhu, recently I was watching on YouTube that there was a traveler who went to the Antarctica, and he said there was a the whales were killed there for removing their oil, and they almost killed more than 1 lakh whales just for getting the oil from them.
Yes, yeah, they are crazy.
Text 21. Conviction to Asajavam Pranat Kanchana Nuparam Vaijayantya Srijashtam Hamsan Nyasta Mahangadam Tam Him Vikshaya. Having seen Duhasa difficult to control, Javam temper Pranat tinkling, Kanchana gold, Nupuram anchorage, Vaijayantya Srija with the Vaijayanti garland dressed adorned on his shoulder. Nyasta rested Mahagadam, a huge mace. Translation: his temper was difficult to control. He had anklets of gold tinkling about his feet. He was adorned with a gigantic garland, and he rested his huge mace on one of his shoulders. Text 22. Manovirya Varodhitam Arashnyam Akuto Vayam भीतनीलिनीलिरे दिवस्तरक्ष्यत्रस्त इह मनस्वीर्य by mental and bodily strength for by the boon Utikshitam proud Arashnyam not able to be checked Akuta Bhayam fearing no one Pita frighteningly Yere hid themselves Deva the demigods Taksha Garuda Krista, frightened of Eva like Hya snakes. Translation: his mental and bodily strength, as well as the boon conferred upon him, made him proud. He feared death at the hands of no one, and there was no checking him. No checking him. The gods, therefore, were seized with fear at his very sight, and they hid themselves even as snakes hid themselves for fear of Garuda. Purport: the asuras are generally strongly built, as described here, and therefore their mental condition is very sound, and their prowess is also extraordinary. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, having received the boon that they would not be killed by any other living entity within this universe, were almost immortal, and thus they were completely fearless. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me the opportunity. If anybody wants to read.
Haribol, thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, who wants to read next?
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada. I came back. I can read.
Thank you.
So, text 23. Savai tirohitan drishtva mahasa svena daityarat sendran deva ganan kshibhan apasyan vyanadadbhrisham. Synonyms: Sa, he, why, indeed, tirahitan, vanished, drishtva, having seen, mahasa, by might, Svena, his own, Daityarat, the chief of the Daityas demons, Sa Indran, along with Indra, Deva Ganan, the demigods, Kshiban, intoxicated, Apasyan, not finding, Vyanadad, rode, Vrisham, loudly. Translation on not finding Indra, the chief, on not finding Indra and other demigods who had previously been intoxicated with power, the chief of the Daityas, seeing that they had all vanished before his might, roared loudly. So was Hiranyaksha was going to fight with demigods, Indra? He went to heavenly kingdom to fight Indra. Is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. Text 24. ततो निवृत्तकृदिशन् गम्भीरं भीमनिर्वनं विजगाहे महासत्त्वो वर्धिमत्त इव द्विप. Synonyms: Tatha, then, Nivritta, returned, Kridishan, for the sake of sport, Gambhiram, deep, Bhima, Nishwanam, making a terrible sound, Vijagahe, dived, Mahasattva, the mighty being, Vardhim, in the ocean, Matta, in breath, Eva, like Dvipa, an elephant. Translation: after returning from the heavenly kingdom, the mighty demon, who was like an elephant in breath for the sake of sport, dived into the deep ocean, which was roaring terribly. Text 25. तस्मिन् प्रविश्य वरुणस्य सनीका यादो गणासन धियत् सासध्वशा अहन्यमाना अपि तस्य वर्चसा प्रदर्शिता दुरतरं प्रधुद्वु. Synonyms: Tasmin pravishte, when he entered the ocean, Varunasya, of Varuna, Sainika, the defenders, Yadas Gana, the aquatic animals, Sanadhya, can you go down, Prabhu? Sanadhya, depressed, Sasadhu Vasha, with fear, Ahanyamana, not being hit, Api, even Tasya, his Varchasa, by splendor, Pradarshita, stricken, Durataram, far away, Pradu Dhruvu, they ran fast. Translation: on his entering the ocean, the aquatic animals who formed the host of Varuna were stricken with fear and ran far away. Thus Hiranyaksha showed his splendor without dealing a blow. Purport: materialistic demons sometimes appear to be very powerful and are seen to establish their supremacy throughout the world. Here also it appears that Hiranyaksha, by his demoniac strength, actually established his supremacy throughout the universe, and the demigods were afraid of his uncommon power. Not only were the demigods in space afraid of the demon Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, but so also were the aquatic animals within the sea. Text 26. Savarshapūgan udadho mahabalas charan mahormin chavashane ritanmuhu morvyabhijagne gadaya vibhavarim ashe divamstat purim prachetasa. Synonym: Sa, he, Varshapugan, for many years, Udadav, in the ocean, Mahabala, mighty, Charan, moving, Maha-Urmin, gigantic waves, Swasana, by the wind, Iritan, tossed, Muhuto, again and again, Morva, iron, Abhiganne, he struck, Gadaya, with his mace, Vibhavari, Ashe Divan, reached, Tata, O dear Vidura, Purim, the capital, Prachetasa, of Varuna. Translation: moving about in the ocean for many, many years, the mighty Hiranyaksha smoked the gigantic wind-tossed waves again and again with his iron mace and reached Vibhavari, the capital of Varuna. Purport: Varuna is supposed to be the predominating deity of the waters, and his capital, which is known as Vibhavari, is within the waterly kingdom. Text 27. तत्रोपलभ्यासुरलोकपालकं यादो गणानां रभं प्रचेतसं सम्यन् प्रलब्धुं प्रणिपत्य नीचवज् जगादमेध्ये अधिराजसंयुगम्. Synonyms: Tatra, there, Upalabhya, having reached, Asuraloka, of the regions where the demons reside, Palakam, the guardians, Yadhas Gananam, of the aquatic creatures, Rishabham, the Lord, Prachetasam, Varuna, Smayan, smiling, Pralabdhum, to make fun, Pranipatya, having bowed down, Nichavat, like a low-born man, Jagada, he said, may, to me, Dehi, give, Adhiraja, O great Lord, Samyugam, battle. Translation: Then he reached the Vibhavari, the home of Varuna, the lord of the aquatic creatures, and the guardian of the lower regions of the universe where the demons generally reside. He fell there at the latter's feet like a low-born man, and to make fun of him, he said with smile, "Give me battle, O Supreme Lord." Purport: the demonic person always challenges others and tries to occupy others' property by force. Here these symptoms are fully displayed by Hiranyaksha, who begged war from a person who had no desire to fight. Text 28. Tvam lokapalo dhripatirbrihatshrava viryapaho durmadaviramaninam vijitya loke khiladaitya danavan yadrajasuyena purayajat prabho. Synonyms: Tvam, you, Varuna, Lokapala, guardian of the planets, Adhipati, a ruler, Bhrajshrava of wide fame, Virya, the power, Apha, diminished, Durmada of the proud, Veera Maninam, thinking themselves very big heroes, Vijitya, having conquered, Loke in the world, Akhila, all, Daitya, the demons, Dhanavan, the Danavas, Yat, hence, Rajasuyena, with the Rajasuya sacrifice, Pura, formerly, Ayajat, worship, Prabhu, O Lord. Translation: You are the guardian of an entire sphere and a ruler of wide fame. Having crushed the might of arrogant and conceited warriors, and having conquered all the Daityas and Danavas in the world, you once performed a Rajasuya sacrifice to the Lord. Not Varaha and Hiranyaksha, it is between the Varuna Dev and Hiranyaksha. So the Hiranyaksha went to the no, Vibhavari kingdom, which is the capital of the planet of Varun Dev. Text 29.
Yes, Prabhu.
स एवमुत्तिक्ष मदेन विद्विषा दृढं प्रलब्धो भगवान् अपाम्पति रोषं समुत्तं समयं स्वया धिया व्यव्योचद् अङ्गोपशमं गता वयम्. Synonyms: Varuna, evam, thus, Utshikta, puffed up, Madena, with vanity, Vidvisha, by the enemy, Dridam, deeply, Pralabha, mocked, Bhagavan, worshipful, Apam, of the waters, Pati, the Lord, Rosham, anger, Samutham, sprung up, Samayan, controlling, Swaya, Dhiya, by his reason, Vyochat, he replied, Anga, O dear one, Upashamam, desisting from warfare, Gata, gone, Vayam, we. Translation: Thus mocked by an enemy whose vanity knew no bounds, the worshipful lord of the waters waxed angrily, but by dint of his reason he managed to curb the anger that had sprung up in him, and he replied, O dear one, we have now desisted from warfare, having grown too old for combat. Purport: As we see, warmongering materialists always create fighting without reason. So, last two verses of this chapter. Text 30. पश्यामि नान्यं पुरुषात् पुरातनाद् यः संयुगे त्वां रणमार्गकोविदम् आराधयष्यत् असुरर्सभेतितं मनोष्विनोऽयं गृह्णते भ्रवादृशा. Synonyms: Pashyami, I see, no, not, Anyam, other, Purushat, than the person, Puratanat, most ancient, Yah, who, Samyuge, in battle, Tvam, to you, Ranamarga, in the tactics of water, Kovidam, very much skilled, Aradhya Ishyati, will give satisfaction, Ashura Rishabha, O chief of the Asuras, Ihi approach, Tam, him, Manasvinha, heroes, Yam, whom, Granate, praise, Bhavadrisha, like you. Translation: You are so skilled in war that I do not see anyone else than the most ancient person, Lord Vishnu, who can give satisfaction in battle to you. Therefore, O chief of the Asuras, approach him, whom even heroes like you mention with praise. Purport: Aggressive materialistic warriors are actually punished by the Supreme Lord for their policy of unnecessarily disturbing world peace. Therefore, Varuna advised Hiranyaksha that the right course to satisfy his fighting spirit would be to seek to fight with Vishnu. Text 31, last verse of this chapter. Tam Viram Aradhya Vipatya Vishmaya Saye Veerasaye Swabhirvrata Yastvat Vidhanam असतां प्रशन्यते रूपाणि धत्ते सदनुग्रहेच्छया. Synonyms: Thumb, him, Viram, the great hero. Arath, quickly. Adhipadya, on reaching. Vishmaya, rid of pride. Saishyase, you will lie down. Virasaye, on the battlefield. Sabhi, by dogs. Vrata, surrounded. Ya, he who. Tvat, vidhanam, like you. Ashatam, of wicked persons. Prashantaye, for the extermination. Rupani, forms. Datte, he assumes. Sat, to the virtuous. Anugraha, to show his grace. Ichhaya, with desire. Translation: Varuna continued, on reaching him, you will be rid of your pride at once and will lie down on the field of battle surrounded by dogs for eternal sleep. It is in order to exterminate wicked fellows like you and to show his grace to the virtuous that he assumes his various incarnations like Varaha.
Oh, this is perfect mockery.
Yeah.
Like there is always when there is a fight, there is like in material world, there's like boxing fight. Before the fight, they have like
Trash talk, trash talk.
yeah.
Yes, same here. So Varun Dev is tactfully diverting Hiranyaksha to fight to Lord Vishnu. And how come the Varun Dev, he even knew, the Varaha Dev, because Lord Varaha appeared to fight with Hiranyaksha. And even before Hiranyaksha is going to, now Hiranyaksha has not gone yet to fight with Vishnu, but still Varun Dev mentioned about Lord Varaha.
Yes, bro.
So, so it means like Lord Varaha also appeared, in previous kalpas and
Yes.
previous yugas.
Yes, bro.
Even I heard that like Lord Nrsimhadev also appeared in previous kalpas and in different colors. Like in one of the
Yeah.
previous kalpas, he appeared in full white complexion, like that.
Oh,
It also has different colors. It's mentioned in the purport.
Yeah, 4 different colors, I think.
yeah. Maybe right now, currently, Lord Vishnu is like, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is he's taken the Varaha incarnation and doing pastimes in some other universe,
Yes,
some
bro.
other time. Yeah. So Krishna's incarnations, they are like mentioned like waves in water. So just like the waves of ocean, they are unlimited. The Krishna's incarnation, they are unlimited. It's
Yes,
like
bro.
that.
Yeah, and just like the sun is setting and rising in some place all the time. So similar
Yes.
appearance happens.
Yes. Perfect. Asuras do not know that their bodies consist of the 5 elements of material nature and that when they fall, they become objects of pastimes for dogs and vultures. Varuna advised Hiranyaksha to meet Vishnu in his boar incarnation so that his hankering for aggressive war would be satisfied and his powerful body would be vanquished. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, 17th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe. Hari Bol, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai.
Jai. Haribol. Okay, so tomorrow we continue with the battle between Lord Bar and the demon Hiranyaksha. Haribol. Okay, now Shikshastakam prayers. Should we read the one by one and then?
I'll recite Prabhu, like we discussed on the weekend.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, you can recite. So you will recite whole Shikshastakam and then
Yeah.
you will.
Translation,
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
only the first 2 by heart. The rest we can take chances.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
like I think Gaurav Shakti Prabhu told, and also I think that each devotee one day should take turn and recite the whole Shikshastakam prayer, the entire 8
Yeah.
prayers,
Yes, Prabhu.
one devotee each day.
Wait,
So
you're telling me
Siddharth
that
Prabhu,
each devotee should recite 1 sloka each.
No, Prabhu. You can.
I think entire Shikshastakam one
The
should
entire
recite.
thing, yes.
Yeah. So
Right?
Siddharth Prabhu, you read on previous day. So any other devotee would like to recite
We
today?
can start that from today, Prabhu, with me. From tomorrow we can rotate.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, yes, Prabhu. Please
Right?
go ahead.
Okay,
Jai.
thank
Yeah.
you. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम् आनन्दबुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निजसर्वशक्तिः तत्रापिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशम् इह जानिनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानीना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरं कविता जगदीश कामये मम जन्मने जन्मनेश्वरि भवतात भक्तरहेतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतिता मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजं स्थितधूलसुदर्श विचिन्तय नयनं गलदशुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकेर्निशिता वपुः तव नाम ग्रहेण भविष्यति युगायतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायतं शून्यायतं जगत्सर्व गोविन्दभिरणेन मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टमाम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो तत्प्राणस्तु नैव नापरः. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is a prime benediction for humanity at large because it sprays the rays of benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not been hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. Prabhu, could you carry on with the rest?
One should chant the name in a humble state of mind, thinking.
The next one, Prabhu, Trinadevi Sunichana, the third one. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, you were reading the right one. Sorry, my bad.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of false sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Fourth, O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling. Please continue, Prabhu.
Govinda, feeling a separation and considering a moment to be left 12 years or more, tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
Eighth, I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Shri Shikshashtakam ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Okay. Okay, who wants to try the 10 offenses to the holy name? Bahujanma Karyadi Shavana Kirtan Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the holy name, chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. Is there anyone who
No
wants
one else. Yeah, I can chant, but if anyone else they know all the 10, if no one, then I think Rishikesh Prabhu, you told that you will do.
Okay, I think. Did you read last time, Rishikesh Prabhu? I forgot. No, I think we didn't do
I
it yet.
didn't read the Shastakam.
Oh,
Okay, so I will do 10 offenses today. Then tomorrow onwards, maybe each devotee can take turn and
yes, Prabhu.
the chant 10 offenses. Yeah, the 10 offenses for holy name are as follows. The 10 offenses to be avoided while chanting the holy name are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent to the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the orders of spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literatures in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, uh, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Eighth, was that to consider
The chanting of Hare Krishna to be
yes, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to be one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Ninth, to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. And 10th, to not have complete faith in chanting and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to not be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna Prema. Hari Bol. Let us
Haribol.
offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees who are just like desert trees. They are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubheva
Kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhasya Vaidyanam Pavaname Vaishnavaya Namo Namaha.
Antakoti
Vishnu
Vishnu
assembled
Jai,
devotees, Hari Bol.
Prabhupada ki Jai, Antakoti Vishnu
Yeah.
Jai, God
Jai.
Brahman, Hari Bol.
For joining. It's really nice to have so many people in the reading session. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Prabhu, would you like to assign devotees right now as to who will do what tomorrow? It'll be better to avoid any time constraints or confusions.
Yes, is there any volunteer who will do Sikshastakam and who will do 10 offense? Okay, I can do also.
I'd like to take up the offenses, Prabhu, the full thing.
I can do Sikshastakam then. Haribol.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu.